Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nerd Thug Radio. We hope you all had a good VD, Valentine's Day.
I don't think that is.
But we're going to move on to nerdy stuff. So during the break, I was talking to the gentlemen here, the boys, Corey DLG, Nico DLG.
Hey guys,
And,
one of the boys here.
I asked them if they heard any of the rumor mills going around with DC movie this week, and neither one of them know, so this is going to be fun.
Okay.
Breaking news from Joey Savage.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't break the news.
No.
So rumor mill going around, the director for Suicide Squad 2 could very well be Mel Gibson. Your thoughts?
What?
Wow. Okay.
Right. Kind of crazy, right? Kind of crazy.
So like okay. So here's the thing about Mel Gibson. Everyone wants to hate him because he had a really bad 6 months. He had a really bad 6 months.
However,
here's the thing though. When you start going down the list of movies he directed,
pretty good.
first of all, they're all 4 hours long.
Yeah.
None of them are short.
What if it's like a Braveheart version of Suicide Squad 2?
I would watch that
With
movie.
Deadshot's the lead, I guess.
I would watch that. But they'll never take our freedom. Bob's in your head. We did take your freedom. Come on, let's go.
That would be great. Okay, The Patriot.
He doesn't. They're not. None of them are bad movies. They're all really good movies. He directs good movies.
What's like The Passion of the Suicide Squad?
I
What if he
mean,
went that route?
that's the thing though. Is he doesn't do these kind of movies.
Right, which is a little different.
He doesn't do. He's not very effects heavy or effects driven.
But he does go hard on the battle scenes.
Well, yeah. I mean, he could
Goes
play in a fight.
Hard in the paint.
Also, Mel Gibson, his characters probably take more on-screen punishment than anyone in Hollywood except for Bruce Willis.
Right.
Nobody walks away from the end of a movie bloodier and more hurt than Mel Gibson's characters in movies.
So that could be
except
good.
Bruce Willis.
So that could be good.
Okay, so he just did the movie win an Oscar? The Hamburger Hill one?
The Hamburger Hill one?
Whatever it was called. The
Hacksaw Ridge?
yeah.
I don't think it did.
Okay, but Andrew Garfield was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
He got a lot of nominations.
Yeah. Loosely based on the last Star Wars movie, I think.
No.
Loosely
no.
based on Rogue One was Hacksaw
No,
Ridge.
I believe, if I'm correct, it's the only Medal of Honor recipient who never used a weapon in war.
No, that's very true. It's pretty baller, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting story.
Doctor.
But he wasn't a doctor either. He was a conscientious objector. So they drafted him, and he just basically shows up everywhere he goes and is like, "Listen, I don't believe in killing people." And everyone's like, "Well, we're going to war, son, so stock up."
Well,
And he's like, "I don't want to.
I'll take medical supplies.
So basically, yeah, I think he winds up saving a bunch of lives and dragging people back to the doctors and whatnot.
Right.
Whatever.
Still a pretty ballsy story.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. It's an amazing story.
I'd like to see that reinvented in the Cars universe.
Yeah, that happened in the Cars universe.
It did.
There's a Hacksaw Ridge who's a car.
somewhere there's a Hacksaw Hamburger Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. What kind of car would it be?
I mean, it's got to be a tow truck of some kind, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Mater is Hacksaw Ridge.
Mater's.
There it is. We just.
That's how he gets his Medal of Honor.
That's how you put two and two together, right there.
Andrew Garfield is Mater.
Wow.
In Hacksaw Ridge.
Confirmed.
Cars.
Confirmed. That's the theory.
I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know that Mel Gibson. I don't know. That's a weird.
It really is.
It kind of leaves me kind of in a weird. Here's the thing: DC makes terrible choices, so by default,
but you got to
this
remember,
must be a terrible choice.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson is going to
Rock
save.
the Dwayne Johnson.
Rocket Dwayne.
Yeah, start calling Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson is going to save the DC movie universe.
No, he's not. He's not going to save it.
You think it's already too far gone?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I want to remind you of this little tidbit.
Okay.
When they try to insert The Rock into franchises, you get the Scorpion King.
Or
You mean the best movie ever?
That was one of his early ones. What about Fast and Furious?
No, that was
not
an
one of his
existing-
early movies?
No, that was an existing franchise that was still going. They didn't need him. They came back, and then they were like, "Hey, The Rock can co-star in this." But when they tried to make it about The Rock, Scorpion King,
Great movie, by the way.
terrible.
You guys should check it out.
Terrible movie.
Scorpion King 2.
And-
Available on DVD.
Even worse than Scorpion King was the Brendan Fraser Mummy, where they cross paths with the Scorpion King.
Mummy's a
That
great
was
movies.
terrible. Also,
Those are all
Brendan,
great movies.
Brendan Fraser's only movie is The Mummy.
hey, a bit of good news about Brendan Fraser. He's broke.
And alive.
Nice.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Good
I
job,
read an
Brendan.
article the other day where basically
Did you click on one of those links on Yahoo? It was like, these used to be famous actors. Now they're working real jobs.
No, I tend to try and avoid the clickbait stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this was like
Clickbait.
this actually the headline was like, what actor has Tom Cruise put out of work? And I was like, well, I mean, you got to click on that.
Do you?
It
So
turns
you
out
went for a different clickbait.
right. That one seemed at least appealing. I don't want to watch a slideshow of 10 people who aren't really famous. Like I don't think the situation counts as a famous person. Great, he's a stock boy at Walmart. I'm not concerned.
Mike, the situation.
But it turns out, they just brought back the Mummy,
Yep.
part of this, large connected Universal Studios monster franchise.
Correct.
Well, Brendan Fraser was just, a decade ago in all the Mummy movies.
Uh-huh.
Now it's Tom Cruise.
Well, of course.
So,
You need a big.
Poor
if you're gonna
Brendan Fraser.
if you're gonna try to like universe build against all the other ones that are going on, and you're going monster universe, you need a big name.
The Monster Universe is what? This and then the Dracula Untold from like 3 years ago.
it's-
No,
it started over.
It started
yeah,
over
it
again.
all started
The
over.
Mummy's the first one, right?
It's going to be the Mummy,
Frankenstein?
probably Frankenstein, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and also the Vampire.
Right.
If you ever see the movie Monster Squad,
Monster Mush.
No.
it was check your Netflix. It's in the mid '80s.
Okay.
Anyway, the monsters that are in that movie are the Universal Studios monsters that they're talking about.
Okay.
That's what they're talking about.
That's what they're talking about.
All right. So,
Werewolf is also somewhere in that.
Oh,
that'd be
Wolfman.
Wolfman.
so you want to get into the next bit of DC rumor mill?
There's more?
There's another one.
Okay.
So I forget the guy's name. Some guy broke this story this week.
Is it me? Did I break it?
No, he
Oh.
said he had 3 sources
Okay. Am I one of
that
the
were
3 sources?
confirming his news.
How trustworthy are these sources?
But then he
Right.
also said, I don't know if I would trust these, but 3 different people have told me the same thing.
Okay. Okay.
So,
All right.
Where are you going with this?
All right.
Were they in the same room?
Ben Affleck wants to get out of playing Batman altogether.
He dies in the next movie, confirmed.
I actually 100% believe that because I did just read about a month ago that DC doesn't know that they want him to direct.
Well, he's not
Batman.
directing. He's not directing Batman.
Right. So that if he's not directing Batman, then he probably doesn't need.
Well,
any-
okay. So here's the only thing about that. He himself pulled out of directing the Batman movie.
Yeah. See, I don't believe
And
that.
everybody freaked out and was like, "Oh my God, what's he doing? He blah blah blah." And I mean, take it for what you want, but his reasoning was to be Batman in a movie like this. It's going to be very difficult to get fully into character if he's directing, having to make sure what everybody else is doing as well. Like he wants to just fully immerse
I don't know. That actually kind of sounds like what Batman does, right?
in the Batman character.
Like he knows what everyone's doing all the time.
But but this is this
Batman
is
is essentially the director of the DC universe.
but this is a movie and not real life.
I
So he wants to fully immerse in Batman, so he doesn't want to direct.
I think that might be the studio letting him say that to save some face.
Possibly, And very much so. Like, hey, like I said, this is the rumor mill.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
I don't believe for a second he would. Here's the thing about his career over the past 12 years.
32 years.
No, just the last 12.
Oh, okay.
Where he started directing and starring in these movies together.
Yeah,
That's really what reinvented his career.
it really is.
The Town, Gone Girl, he directed it, but he
Yeah,
wasn't
but
in.
didn't he direct this last one that didn't do very well? The Accountant.
No, The Accountant did.
Not the Accountant. The other one. The where he was like a bootlegger or something.
That one debuted rough.
Yeah,
that
it
one
did
debuted really rough. But that's his first flop.
In a while, yeah.
I mean, it goes Gigli. He disappears for a while. When he comes back, it's The Town.
Right.
It's Gone Girl. It's something else that he isn't in, and then he stars in
Argo.
Argo, and then he stars in The Accountant. And I know there's one more I'm missing in the middle there.
Is that the one where you already say Gone Girl Gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, Gone Girl Gone. Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's the other one. So that's the one he does in the middle where it turns out the wife is just crazy.
Right.
That's an amazing movie. So like really, I mean, to go 5 for 5 like that, that's
pretty good.
pulling the opposite of an M. Night Shyamalan.
But I mean, he already was Batman once, and he's going to be in the Justice
Poor M.
League
Night.
movie. But I mean, DC is not going to get rid of Batman.
No,
They'll recast it,
right.
or they'll just.
Although I think he does a great job as Batman, but I think what happened is maybe he asked for something they can't give him in the
Possibly.
Batman movie, and he was like, "Listen, that's the movie I see."
right.
And they were like, "Well, that's
no,
not the movie we're
wanna-
gonna make."
We want to do the Arkham movie. And he's
Right.
like, no, I don't want to do that. And who knows? I mean, this is the fun thing about all this. Sit back and watch it.
Right, 'cause it's
unfold.
gonna-
it's
Here's
gonna
the-
get real weird.
It's
here's
gonna
the
get
thing,
real
though.
creepy.
This is my allegory. If you don't follow sports, I'm sorry, but this is how I see it.
This is how we see it, gosh darn it.
The NFL, the Cleveland Browns, are one of the worst teams in football. But if they were to cut a young player, if you're any other team in the league, you sign him because they probably just didn't coach him correctly
Right?
because they're so bad.
Yep.
Like, they can't make a good decision
to save their life.
to save their lives. So if the
And
Browns,
those are not alternative facts.
so if the Browns do something, even if it makes perfect sense to you, you need to assume it's the wrong move because it's the Browns. All of that is how I feel about DC movies. Like, if they do something, even if I think it made perfect sense, like, forget Mel Gibson. Let's say they cast Jon Favreau to direct Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that makes perfect sense because he did Iron Man and he produced the Avengers. Like,
It's
that's
gonna
your guy.
flop.
It's still going to be terrible somehow because DC movies is doing
That would be like what the Patriots just did. They cut their best defensive or traded their best defensive player
middle of the season.
to
Traded
the
them to
Browns.
the Browns, picked up draft picks,
and just are killing it.
and then on top of that, the Browns are about to have to give that guy a ton of money.
They are going to. So yeah, no, it's just a couple of crazy. Not a lot going on in the world of comics and comic movies this week.
It's been a little slow. It's been a little
Past
slow.
couple weeks, but just
Actually,
two.
you know what they did just release? I know we're up against it
Yeah,
here.
we got about a minute.
They just released. They're starting to do some teasers and doing some leaking about Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah,
And this interview is really cool. It's Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, and the Spider-Man kid Tom
Tom Holland,
Holland.
Right.
The three of them are literally standing on a set, and it's all green screen, so there's no
Yeah,
telling where they really are.
Atlanta.
It could be. The three of them are sitting there talking to this documentary director about making the Avengers universe, and it's just kind of cool because they're just kind of sitting around, just kind of shooting it, just sitting there talking to each other.
Yeah, no,
And,
it's-
uh,
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, and it's Robert Downey Jr. like in half Iron Man gear. It's Tom.
Tom Holland.
I don't know why. I always want to call him. You know what it is? I want to call him Hiddleston and make him Loki.
Oh yeah,
And he's probably in some costume, but you can't see it because it's under something. So he
Right.
might be in Iron Spider gear, hopefully.
who knows?
Ooh,
And then Chris Pratt standing there in the jacket.
Yeah.
Like it's just cool to see the.
I like
just
Chris
hanging
Pratt.
out together.
Yeah, it's happened. They're all
Well, it's cool they're all together. Like
right, which means
it's cool seeing Chris Pratt with them.
right because that means that everything we've heard about Infinity War being one movie is true.
Yeah,
That means
it's gonna be huge.
whatever
It's gonna
happens,
be huge.
it's gonna be
Huge.
huge.
Let's huge out to a break right now.
Again, like I don't think you know what these words mean.
When we come back from the break, I got a fun lottery story to tell you about.
All right.
Nerd Thug Radio.